All right, man. What a show it was. What a show it was. Ladies and gentlemen, don't adjust your set. It's Hitman Cause, and welcome to your official review of NXT Deadline. And of course, I'm not alone in this endeavor. Please welcome, as always, the co-host, the humble man, Gary. Gary, welcome to the Contracts.
Yo, what's good, my man, Cause Payton?
Ain't shit, man. Ready to get into this?
Yes, sir. Let's do this shit like Brutus.
Alright. Well, to start off the show, Shawn Michaels came out, said a couple words before introducing CM Punk.
Right.
And of course, Punk came through because, he's teasing whether or not he'll be on Raw, SmackDown, or NXT. They even took a selfie together and then embraced.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. Just a little something to get the crowd in their seat.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, on to the card. To start things off, it was Dominic Mysterio versus Dragon Lee for the NXT North American title. Rey Mysterio was in Dragon Lee's corner, sort of, but he was more on commentary more than anything else. Mainly because he's still on crutches because of his knee surgery.
Right.
Surprising. And Dominic was coming out alone.
Oh yeah.
But before the match started, funny thing happened was that when there was the introduction was being given, Dom threw his shirt at Dragon Lee. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
Actually, I think he hit him in the face with it too.
Oh yeah, he did. That was hilarious. Yo, my God, bro.
Reminds me of when freaking Big E used to throw his coat at Corey Graves during all of his entrances.
Oh yeah.
That was hilarious. But anyways, on to the match. Dragon Lee gets things cracked and sending Dom to the outside, and then flipping over the top rope to catch him with a dive. But Dom eventually turns things around as he hits Dragon Lee with a suplex onto the apron. Very painful. Then, once they're back in the ring, Dom continues to taunt his father. Just constantly, pointing at him, talking to him, yelling at him, the whole 9 yards. Then he proceeded to do 3 amigos, and before he did the third, it was almost countered, but he was able to get it off. His own cockiness almost cost him there. Then,
that's right.
Then Dom was hung up in the tree of woe, but instead of him being hung up inside the ring, he was hung up outside the ring. To which then Dragon Lee hit him with a double foot stomp. Then, Then he followed it up with another double foot stomp inside the ring. Then there was a pretty weird / dangerous spot where Dragon Lee looked like he was going for a power bomb, but either Dom countered it or they botched it. Either way, it did not look good. It looked a little dangerous, if I'm being honest. But hopefully that was planned, so no one is truly hurt by it. But in any case, after that, Dragon Lee hit a flipping DDT to win the match. And now Dragon Lee is your new NXT North American champion, unfortunately.
Yeah, man. Yo. that was a shocker. I'm wondering what the hell's gonna happen now with Dom and Judgment Day. I really wonder.
Yeah, because first off, I was genuinely surprised that number one, no one from the Judgment Day interfered, and then I'm even more surprised that Santos Escobar didn't interfere.
Oh yeah.
And then if you guys keep up with Deadl1ne on social media, they followed Dom backstage, to which then he was questioning where was the Judgment Day. But then
exactly.
But honestly, I think things smoothed over because on social media, Dom was, I think he was like, I hope. I know I came up. I think he was like, I know I came up short, but I hope I made mommy proud. And then to which then Rhea Ripley retweeted it and said, like something like, "You sure did." So I think it's all good. But even still, I think he still might be a little ticked that none of them showed up to help him.
Yeah, that's right.
Some people say that they might turn on Dom, but I hope not, because I'm very much enjoying what Dom is doing with the Judgment Day.
Oh yeah, man.
But at the same time, you know, this could make for good character development. But
yeah, that's correct.
But you know, who knows?
Birdman. Let's see.
Anyways, moving on is the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge. Fallon Henley versus Blair Davenport versus Tiffany Stratton versus Kalani Jordan versus Lash Legend. Now, Fallon Henley and Blair Davenport started off the match. It really was a whole lot of nothing. Main thing that happened was that they were catching each other with like small roll-ups, but no pinfall was achieved during then. So you know, just a little something to give the ref a little workout. Up next, Clock Strike Zero, and Tiffany Stratton's out next. To which then the heels and Tiffany and Blair began to double team Fallon. Then Fallon gets put into an interesting situation. She gets put into a double armbar, but no submission. Then as to the shocker of no one, Tiffany then turns on Blair and hits her with a big boot. Then Tiffany opens up her playbook to the hardcore Holly section and hits Fallon Henley with an Alabama Slam. But before she can capitalize with a pin, she gets thrown out the ring by Blair Davenport, who then takes the pinfall for herself.
Right.
Then Clock Strike Zero, Kalani Jordan comes out next, and she's doing some good shit, having a nice showing. She actually pulls out a move from Naomi, or Trinity if you will, and hits a split-legged moonsault, but no pinfalls come from it. To which then Fallon Henley hits a Shining Wizard on Tiffany Stratton to pin her. So now there's two people with falls. You know what I'm saying? Then the Clock Strike Zero and Lash Legend enters. And you know, needless to say, she's showing off her strength, looking real impressive as usual. To which she hits a double suplex to Blair Davenport and Kalani Jordan. Then if that wasn't enough, she then flexed her muscles again by immediately after that hitting Fallon Henley and Tiffany Stratton with a double power bomb. Like,
Oh, word.
like she,
That's right.
and then she stacked Fallon and Tiffany on top of each other to get 2 falls at once.
Right.
To which then, while Fallon Henley and Tiffany Stratton are in the penalty box, Metaphor pulls up and actually stands in front of the penalty box to prevent them from getting out.
Oh, word. Yeah, that was crazy.
But then Fallon plans ahead. Well, I wouldn't say plans ahead, just thinks on her feet and climbs to the top of the penalty box. And it looked like she was gonna dive, but she got pushed off by Tiffany Stratton, who was also in the box. To which she got pushed off and sent through the announce table. To which then Tiffany Stratton then climbed to the top of the penalty box and hit the Swanton Bomb on Metaphor.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Which during all the confusion, eventually Blair hits a double foot stomp onto onto Kalani Jordan and gets another fall. So now Lash and Blair are tied at 2. Then Lash Legend continues to show her immense strength, freaking picking 2 of them up at once and smashing their heads against the ropes as if it's basketballs, like just showing off. But she gets caught lacking because Tiffany pins her, and then and it was like really bad timing because by the time she got out, she only had like 15 seconds left, something like that. But anyways, before then, Kalani hit a pretty good looking 450 splash on Fallon Henley. No, my bad. She hits a 450 splash, but Fallon Henley breaks up the pin before anything could happen. And then Blair hits. She then once again swoops in the back door, pins Kalani Jordan to get the leading fall. And then by this time, Lash finally gets out of the penalty box, but she only has 15 seconds, and she's trying to get a hold of Blair, but she's running away like how Grayson Waller did last year, and then eventually time ran out. Personally, I think she should have gone after I think Tiffany or Fallon, considering that they were still eligible in the match. But I think they were on the ground. But yeah, it's whatever. So
Nah, you're right.
So then Blair is on the mic bragging about winning, when then Lyra Valkyria comes out. And she's holding the title, saying like "bring it on" and shit like that. And before I say the next part, I find it pretty funny that Lyra Valkyria was on the promotional poster, but yet she didn't have a match. So I found that pretty funny. But anyways, Lyra's out, she's holding the title up, but then she gets ambushed by returning Cora Jade, who hadn't been on TV in quite a few months, for God knows what. But yeah, Cora Jade is back.
Oh yeah, son. That was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, this match was good. Although I will admit, I really wanted Lash to win. But, I ain't got no problem with Blair Davenport, so, it is what it is. And
Right.
And I tell you what, Cora Jade returning definitely puts a wrench in things,
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
Because now she's probably going to be trying, starting shit, turning shit up, trying to, stake her claim into the title picture.
That's probably what happened.
Moving on, we have Lexis King versus Carmelo Hayes. Melo looking to finally shut Lexis King up after all the crap he started, all the shit he stirred. His attempts to try and drive a wedge between him and Trick. But you know. Anyways, moving on into it. Lexus gets things started. You know, actually, Melo gets things started where he just bolting around the ring like a speeding bullet, and Lexus can't keep up. But then Lexus attempted a power bomb onto Melo. However, Melo countered it into a Hurricanrana. Then while Melo gets thrown to the outside, you know, Lexus catches him with, I'd say like a suicide drop kick, because like he dove through the ropes to hit the drop kick. Then Melo hopped up onto the turnbuckle. However, like Lexus King caught him, and then and pushed him down, so he was sort of in the tree wall, to which he hit a double foot stomp, and in turn, when doing the foot stomp, the turnbuckle pad got ripped off. Then you know, then Lexus King gets to work on trying to injure Melo's back. Then pretty weird scene comes where Lexus offers his hand to shake his hand, and he did it in the beginning of the match too, which confused me. I don't know why he was doing this, but you know, in any case, Melo looked like, you know, he accepted the handshake, but then he flipped him off and then gave him a headbutt for his troubles. Then there was a pretty scary spot where they were both on the top turnbuckle in one corner, and then I don't know what happened, whether they slipped or was planned or not, but they both fell off the top rope and to the outside in a pretty scary looking fall.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Then,
while back in the ring, Melo attempts to suplex. However, Lexus King counters it into a jackhammer. But it doesn't do much to help him, because eventually Melo gets the upper hand. It's nothing but net to win the match.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So you know, it's all good. Melo, you know, put the whooping on him. Unfortunately, he didn't shut him up, because as Melo was walking away, Lexus King took to the mic and he actually thanked him for the clout. But also, one thing he said was that he didn't attack Trick. So, if he's telling the truth, this really has me thinking that if he didn't do it and Melo didn't do it, who did do it?
Exactly.
But, you know
what I think? I mean, honestly speaking, we gonna see. Well, once we get to the main event, and we're gonna see. So I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say.
All right, and I know what you're gonna say, but we gonna get to that.
Facts.
Moving on, we have the men's Iron Survivor Tournament. Challenge. Dijak versus Josh Briggs versus Braun Breaker versus Tyler Bate versus Trick Williams. So, to start things off, Dijak and Briggs are first, and if I'm being honest, to start things off, they're just flexing nuts. You know, they're just trying to show off their strength, show off their agility. So they're just flexing nuts. No, nothing more, nothing less. Then Briggs shocked me when he hit the Hurricanrana. Then a little after that, Dijak hits his set out choke slam, but he doesn't get the fall. But then he hits Feast Your Eyes, and that does get the fall. Then out next is Tyler Bate, who hits Dijak with a pretty good looking exploder into the corner. Then the timer in the penalty box runs out. Briggs is back in, and he hits an awesome looking clothesline. Yeah, clothesline looking like clothesline from hell from JBL, or honestly, for me, this is the best comparison just because honestly he looks like him, and the big elbow pad he wears reminds me of it. The boomstick from Jay Bradley. If y'all ever watched TNA back in the mid 2010s. Yeah. But anyways, he hits Dijak with he hits Dijak with the boomstick for the pin. Then later on, after he gets out, Tyler Bate hits the Tyler Driver 97 on the Josh Briggs. However, Dijak breaks up the pin before it can hit 3. However, Bate then catches Dijak lacking again, and then Dijak just gets caught lacking again as Bate rolls him up for a pin. Then out next is that man Trick Willie. He hits a double neck breaker on both Dijak and Briggs to get things started. Then Tyler Bate and Trick Williams do start countering each other with a set of airplane spins, but Tyler gets the upper hand and does an airplane spin longer, and he does it with no hands as well. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And then eventually he hits the Tyler Driver on the Trick for the pin. Then Braun Breaker comes out last, and he comes out like a house of fire. Oh my God! Where he's immediately running to the ring, and the second he runs to the ring, bam, hits Tyler Bate with a spear, fall number 1. Then bam, hits Josh Briggs with a spear, fall 2. Then bam, hits Dijak with a spear, bam, and honestly in less than 20 seconds, freaking Braun Breaker has 3 falls. Crazy one. And then the funny thing is, with all the people who got pinned, they're now all fighting in the penalty box on some crazy shit. Then once they all get out, Trick takes to the top rope and hits a cross body on all of them.
Oh yeah, that shit's crazy.
But while in the ring, unfortunately, Dijak catches Trick lacking and pins him. Then Braun Breaker hit a Frankensteiner to Dijak, but then the second Dijak gets lands from the Frankensteiner, he gets caught by Tyler Bate, who hits him with the Tyler Driver to get another pin. Then Braun later on hits a flipping fall away slam from the top. Looking awesome. Reminded me a little of the flux capacitor. Then Dijak and Josh Briggs hit a double choke slam to Tyler Bate. And then this part was awesome, where Dijak and Briggs both hit a moonsault. One to Trick and one to and one to I think Tyler. And honestly, seeing both of these big dudes do a moonsault and at the same time, was pretty awesome. But yeah, so both Trick and Tyler get pinned. Unfortunately, unfortunately, now keep in mind, we're getting close to the end of the match. Like there's like less than 5 minutes left. But but and during all this, Trick doesn't have a fall. But
yeah, I was going out like crazy too. He didn't have a fall. That's crazy.
Like literally the whole match, like I'm thinking, I know they ain't about to violate Trick, because everyone has like 2, 3, or at least a fall, and we're almost at the end of the match. He doesn't have any. Like
exactly.
And I think there was maybe a minute and a half left. He doesn't have any falls.
And that was crazy too.
Yeah. Then Tyler Bate hits an outside dive onto Dijak, and then at this point I thought it was the end for Trick, because then Braun Breaker spears him through the barricade. But
oh yeah, that shit was crazy.
But then after he speared him through the barricade, Braun then got called lacking because Dijak choke slammed him through the announce table.
Yeah, that was crazy for real.
But in the final 90 seconds or so, actually honestly less, but either way, Trick decided to do his best Tracy McGrady impression, and in a matter of seconds, and this was all done in like the final minute, maybe a little less, into the match. First, he rolls up Josh Briggs. Then, so he's finally on the board. Then, unfortunately, the Dijak hits him with Feast Your Eyes, so we think this is about to be the ball game. But before he hits 3, Wild Eddie Thorpe pulls up and pulls the ref out of the ring. To which then Dijak sees, he tries to attack Thorpe, to which Thorpe blocks his punch, punches him, and then catches him with a kick, to which Trick capitalizes on it to catch him with a roll up. Now Trick is 2 falls. Then, before he could even react, Tyler Bate hits him with a spiral tap from the top rope. Then he attempted the Tyler driver, however, Trick countered it into a jackknife cover. Now Trick has 3 falls, and so now he's tied with Braun and I think Tyler Bate. And then keep in mind, at this point, there's only 10 seconds left in the match. Only 10 seconds. To which then, to which then he turns around and Braun attempts a spear. However, at the same time, Trick hits him with his jumping knee, and Trick gets the 4th and final fall to win the match. And Trick is the men's Iron Survivor.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
That man, Trick Williams. Oh my God! If there was ever a moment for a rising star to rise up the ranks in one fell swoop and become a major star, there it was. My God, the series of those 4 falls was absolutely crazy. I'll be honest, I did not think Trick was gonna win at this point, and I wanted him to win so badly. But freaking for him to pull a rabbit out the hat and show that he has a Hall of Fame clutch points badge with a 99 hustle, my God, this was so epic. Once that 4th fall happened, I was so hyped. I was going crazy, man. Oh,
yo, me too. Sorry to cut you, but yo, that match, that was one of the best matches. And yo, oh my God,
man,
that whole match was so fucking great with him winning. Yo, Impressive.
You ain't lying, man. Like, this was so awesome. And honestly, I think Trick is on the fast track to being the top face of NXT.
Oh yeah, nah, that is a fact. I ain't gonna debate you there.
Because for one thing, you notice that like after every fall, the crowd was getting louder and louder.
Exactly.
And then once that fourth fall hit and time ran out, that was it, man.
That's right.
And then also another thing that I noticed, even though it's pretty obvious, is that when it came to him getting the fourth fall, he had to pin Braun because everyone else was in the penalty box.
That's right.
Because he pinned everybody else.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then also, for other people who've been following Trick as long as we have, if you're wondering why he doesn't use the Trick kick anymore, it is because Dijak uses something similar to it. So you know, yeah. So like, it doesn't look like so it doesn't take away the power or mystique behind the move.
Right.
But anyways, that's what I'm talking about. Congrats to Trick. I honestly hope that he's able to capitalize on this opportunity and win the title. I think this will be his first NXT championship match. And we said it before, he deserves it after he got hauled out the last time by God knows who. But yeah.
Oh yeah. That is right. That's a fact, yo. We're gonna see what's gonna happen for real.
But actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think he got all 4 of those falls in 20 seconds. So
yeah, that's a fact.
So like I said, he freaking channeled his inner Tracy McGrady.
Word.
Anyways, moving on to backstage. Metaphor was talking shit to Fallon Henley, Josh Briggs, and Brooks Jensen. To which then they all get to fighting. Jakar Jackson, being funny as hell, starts yelling for security on some funny shit. But anyways, this is gonna lead to a 6-person tag match, Metaphor versus Fallon, Briggs, and Jensen. On this upcoming NXT. Looking forward to that. Hopefully Metaphor will win, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
Moving on. We had Kiana James versus Roxanne Perez in a steel cage match. I'll be honest. I didn't catch much of the second half of the match, but I will narrate as much as I can. If you can remember anything, humble man, feel free to fill in the blanks of anything you might remember. Well, anyways, start things off. Roxanne hits Kiana with a drop kick into the cage, to which then she climbs the cage and at first she attempts to climb up, but she looks back, sees that Kiana's up, to which then she attempts a crossbody. However, she gets caught, to which then Kiana throws her into the cage. Then after that is where I lost sight of the match, because I'll be honest, I was multitasking. I was watching the NBA in-season tournament finals while I was doing that. Anything interesting for you happen, before I continue?
No, I was just nah.
Alright, so anyways, later on in the match, Roxanne Perez does hit Pop Rocks, but she isn't able to capitalize because Kiana was working on her throughout the match, so she was too hurt to capitalize. Then eventually Roxanne does try to escape through the door. However, the blonde that was in cahoots with Roxanne, now to be revealed as Izzy Dane. Honestly, I've never heard of her. But anyways, she pulls up, slams the door in her face, to which then she also brought a chair into the match. To which then Kiana pops Roxanne in the back with the chair, then hits the 401k to win the match. I mean, first off, I'm glad the blonde chick finally has a name. So now I don't need to call her the blonde chick. Yeah. Now, I'm satisfied that Kiana won the match, but because there was interference, I'm pretty sure that this isn't over. And this little interference has now prolonged things a little further. If not that, then Roxanne's gonna try and get revenge on Izzy.
Oh yes, right.
But in any case, moving on to the final match, we had Ilya Dragunov versus Baron Corbin. First off, Baron Corbin pulls up in his motorcycle once again, and once again, because I gotta say this every time, because people want to keep talking that shit. Listen, for everybody trying to say that he isn't Undertaker, or they're trying to rip off Undertaker, or he's a wish Undertaker, shut the fuck up. Because number one, he collects motorcycles. Hell, if I'm not mistaken, he bought a motorcycle off of Undertaker. That's number one. And number two, Undertaker also trained him. That's number two. And number three, even though this has nothing to do with the mansion that Corbin lives in right now, he bought off the Undertaker.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
So him and Undertaker are pretty close.
Ooh.
Anyways, on to the match. Corbin gets things started with hitting Ilya with a clothesline to the outside. However, Ilya no-sells it, runs back in the ring, and catches Corbin with a clothesline of his own. Then Ilya hits Corbin with a nice-looking German suplex on the outside. Then they both try suplexes but counter each other until eventually Corbin gets the upper hand, hits Ilya with a front suplex onto the announce table, but he didn't go through it because Vic Joseph states that the tables had been reinforced after they were broken 2 consecutive times earlier in the night. Then Ilya attempts a top rope senton, but there was no one home. Then Corbin hits honestly a Kane-esque looking top rope clothesline. Then they both are doing standing switches until Corbin is able to counter with a DDT. Then Corbin throws a little shade and mocks when Ilya hugged him, and he gives him a hug of his own before he hits him with a Uranagi. Then he attempted a chokeslam, however, Ilya kicked him. Then he caught him with a knee strike. And then he finally hit the senton, but because of Corbin working his ribs, he isn't able to capitalize, and he's in a lot of pain. Then he's chopping Corbin to hell in the corner, and then literally chopping him down to the bottom turnbuckle. Then he hits a German suplex. Then he attempted a powerbomb, however his ribs gave out, which then opened the door for Corbin, who hits a super choke slam from the top. But doesn't get the job done. Ilya then hits a Samoan drop into the corner. And then he attempts the H-bomb. However, Corbin counters it into deep 6. Still not enough to get the job done. Ilya, he then just barely hits a power bomb. And now, again, I don't know whether or not he was selling his rib injury or whatever, but it looked a little sloppy. Then he hits the coast to coast, which honestly I thought Corbin was going to counter, but he didn't. Then he hit Corbin with 3 consecutive H-bombs. Then he whispered in Corbin's ear. I don't know what he said. Maybe somebody who could read his lips could find out what he said before hitting him. Before hitting him with a honestly, in my opinion, a pretty weak-looking torpedo Moscow to win the match. And unfortunately, Ilya is still the NXT champion. First off, the crowd was dead for this match. If I'm being honest, but if I'm being but to be fair, they were a little trained from cheering for Trick. But still, the crowd. But even still, the crowd was dead for this match.
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie, they were. Like, what the hell?
And then on top of that, I was extremely disappointed with this match. Corbin should have won. He deserved to win. This should have been his time.
Oh yeah.
But considering what happens next, I'm not as mad as I was earlier. Because while Ilya is celebrating, he gets interrupted by Trick Williams. And then, while Trick is letting them know he's coming for the title, Carmelo Hayes pulls up before the screen fades, and people were trying to and I guarantee that's what you were gonna bring up, right?
Oh yeah. Well, what I was gonna bring up is that, once Trick comes out and shows Dragunov he's coming next, I see Melo right next to him too. So what I think is gonna happen on New Year's Evil, Melo's gonna screw over Trick to show that he's the one that attacked him. And then Dragunov, we already know Dragunov is gonna be a good match. Dragunov's gonna retain, but I think it's gonna happen by Melo screwing him over.
Yeah.
To show to say he's the one that attacked him.
Yeah, well, there might be a little wrench thrown in, and the wrench is that apparently because somebody who was in attendance saw that what happened was that when Melo came out, he then hugged Trick.
Oh, okay.
And then also, if you guys have been paying attention to social media, when it comes to the United States title tournament on SmackDown, one of the tournament brackets has an NXT star that's going to be in the tournament, and Sean announced that the NXT star is going to be Carmelo Hayes.
Oh yeah, that I know. That I did find out earlier.
So honestly, with Melo being in the tournament, I think that honestly puts a wrench in things, and he isn't going to be Trick's attacker. And honestly, if that's the case, then hopefully Trick does win the title. Overall, this pay-per-view was good.
Hell yeah, it was. That pay-per-view was good.
It was a little under pretty good. That's why I'm just saying good, but it's better than all right. Only reason why I'm not rating it any higher is because even though Trick hopefully will win, I'm still salty that Corbin lost.
Oh, no, I got you.
But
I understand that.
But all in all, I really can't complain about this pay-per-view, the good moments honestly outweigh the bad, so I really can't complain in that sense.
I got you perfectly.
So I'm definitely first off, I'm looking forward to Raw to see how Dominic is gonna approach the Judgment Day, and then I'm looking forward to NXT to see how Lyra Valkyria is gonna react to Cora Jade, and how maybe Trick and Melo might do with Lexis King and Ilya Dragunov, and see and more importantly for me, what's next for Baron Corbin.
Oh yeah, that too.
But without anything further needing to be said, anything you want to add, Humble Man?
The other thing that I want that what I think is crazy. What I think is crazy is that like, you know, this whole pay-per-view itself was just really great, honestly speaking. It really was. Like, especially the opening when CM Punk out. And it's supposed to show Michaels. And like, yo, that was good.
Yeah. So
that's that.
I'm sorry, what you saying?
No, I said that's that. That's all I want to say.
Alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, that's going to do it for this episode of The Contract. I definitely want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and rock with your boys. I just want to thank the Humble Man, as usual, for coming through, kicking his wrestling knowledge.
Oh, yeah, you already know it.
And
you already know it.
Yeah. And so, if you enjoyed this video, go hit the like button. Comment if you feel like it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And as always, by way of Struggle Vision Productions, it's the Hitman and the Humble Man. And if she is coming, run.